Mike Gitter was like, hey man, I don't know, what about this band? What about that? And then Dino was like, yo, are you trying out for another band? I'm like, I mean, I got offers now. And he's like, bro, he's like, I'm getting you a plane ticket. You're coming to California. I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I did. Then we did Divine Heresy.
Now that band was a stepping stone for you in your life, and it gave you a chance to work with great artists, do some touring, and it also learned to deal with egos.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was young, dude. Like, people don't realize, like, I'm 20 years younger than Dino. And so, I came to California like 23 years old or 24 years old, and I'd been on my own most of my life, and so I didn't really do well with being bossed around, which is a common theme in my life. The Bad Wolf song, No Masters, it's not figurative, it's literal, you know what I mean? And so, we butted heads. At first we got along really well, but then it's like, as things progress, like, and to Dino's credit, he was older, and like, I still wanted to party and do drugs and chase chicks and do all that shit and, be reckless and a dumbass. And I'm sure that was probably annoying. And, he was very controlling. And so, I'm one of those people, like, if you try to bully me, eventually it's not going to work out. And so, he played a tough guy role for a while, and it worked. And then eventually, like, I just had enough, and I just waxed him. And it was like a big deal, and it was like a big drama. And again, I was still like, I was sober at the time that it happened, but I wasn't like in recovery. I didn't have like tools for living. I was still kind of like a brute strength kind of person, and I didn't have like a spiritual life. And and we got into a couple altercations, and we had gotten into the fight. Then I left the band. Then I auditioned for Snot, and I got that job. And then he was mad that he had tried calling the guys in the band and threatening them that if they let me in the band, he was gonna fuck with them. And they were like, okay, bro, you're a fucking clown. And then he talked shit about me in the press, and then we ran into each other, and I beat his ass again. And his wife stabbed me with a bottle, and my sister was there. My sister beat the shit out of his wife, which she tried to blame on me, and blah 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 blah. And then actually, the funny thing is that David Draymond and Ivan were the witnesses to the police. And when the police came, they were going to arrest me because I was like big and strong. And Ivan was like, dude, he's like, I saw the whole thing. She's like, they jumped him and she stabbed him in the head. Look at his head. And I had a circle, it's tattooed over, of a glass bottle that went in my head, like a Corona bottle. And meanwhile, I'm bleeding, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even know what happened, bro. I was just a knucklehead, I was just a Cro-Magnon, and then after that, I wound up joining Snot, and